Hello, I'm Chad Brickman, and today we're here with Senator Strickland, the chairman of the Senate Banking Committee, and he's going to tell us about his personal views on the financial crisis in America. So, do you think we're in a financial crisis or not so much?
I wouldn't necessarily call it a crisis. I think that we're in a bit of a rut as far as it goes. If you look back in the past couple decades, but this is America. We get through these things. Some people might consider this a recession. Some people have gone so far as to call it a depression, but that's just simply not the case. A lot of people have lost their jobs, but there are measures in place to prevent that. And I feel personally the best way to prevent that is to pursue a laissez-faire type of economics and lessen government intervention, which caused this crisis.
Right. And what do you suggest we do to get out of this crisis?
Well, again, it's a question of whether or not it's a crisis. I guess that would depend on the observer. However, moving past that point, I would say that perhaps the best thing that we should do here is look at what has the government done to cause this crisis in the past 30 years. Looking back especially the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act put in place during the Carter administration. Many may feel that may have led to the crisis that we have today.
And do you think that issue back then also had the same circumstances that we're going through now?
Back then, the main issue they had was more of they wanted all Americans to have homes, which is certainly an admirable goal. But when we can't afford that sort of thing, it's just not feasible.
I got you. So, what do you think exactly caused the crisis?
It could have been a variety of things, and again, I wouldn't necessarily call it a crisis. But you could attribute it back to certain financial instruments, derivatives, CDOs, mortgage-backed debt obligations, as well as several other government agencies, such as Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, to look at. So.
And with that, do you think the Obama administration is actually helping the economy the way it should be, or do you think his personal values are getting in the way of it?
Well, as one of the more hardline members of Congress on the Republican side, you may already know the answer to that question. But I would say former Senator Obama, now President Obama, isn't necessarily taking the right steps. This isn't the time to implement multi-billion-dollar healthcare programs. This isn't the time to increase welfare programs when we just can't afford it. We owe China billions of dollars, and the trade deficit's insane.
How do you think we should go about getting out of debt with China?
That's a very complicated question. I would say, I'm no expert on this issue, unfortunately, perhaps reevaluating the value of the yuan, which is the currency of China. It's severely undervalued right now, and it gives their exports a very large advantage over any imports that we send over there.
So you're saying we should reinvest in our import market or utilize in our resources?
Well, we need to provide incentives for companies to stay in the United States, for number one.
And what kind of incentives would those be?
Making sure that they're not taxed to the point that they have to leave. Unions have an immense amount of power in certain amounts of countries. Unions are a good thing for certain occasions. However, when it gets to the point that a company is held hostage and can't afford to operate because of the benefits that they're forced to give.
What about the corporations that are making billions of dollars profit, and they're having sweatshop factories, corporations over in Taiwan and all those other third world countries? How do you feel about that?
I feel like we need to press China harder on making sure that they have better working conditions, especially several tax havens that a lot of countries like to.
Do you think the health care plan is is being funded correctly, or is he going about the right way in funding it?
I will give him that it's supposedly going to not require any new funding, or so he said. However, it's obvious that it's going to increase taxes. We don't know what externalities are going to be produced by the program, and it's just simply too much for the government right now. I mean, think about when you go to the DMV and you're sitting there for an hour just to get a new license plate or something. You know, think about that with your health care. You could die in the emergency room waiting. But, you know.
That definitely would be a horribly bad situation. But do you think that we will have this healthcare plan under control by 2014?
I think there's actually a slight chance that, I know a couple bills have been proposed to repeal the program. I don't think they'll go very far now, but depending on what future administrations may take hold of the White House, or how midterm elections turn out, we may see a little bit of a backturn.
Right, right. Okay, well, thank you very much, Senator Strickland.
Thank you.
And good luck in your campaign. Take care. My name is Chad Brickman. Over and out.
Summertime, we love take and to a lullaby. We'll live and don't want to pay down to one blow on tin town. Can't choose town, we love on bow and the bay can do live low. Anybody
And how well do you think we're going to do with that?
I couldn't help it. We got pretty far though.
I didn't know like when to go.
Actually, I was thinking.
I thought you could.
So, what do you think the our strategy? No, let's restart that. Okay.
Two, if you want a fiesta go, we can do.
You look like a chicken.
No, I mean no. I have to have this done really soon. So let's just try to get all this done real quick. Okay, you got it on me, yeah?
Yes. We need to look more at maybe what the government's done in the past 30 years.
Okay, cut. Hey, okay. Just cut with the last scene where you took your shirt off. Oh. Thank you for your time.
My pleasure.
And good luck in the White House.
Thank you very much.
My name is Chad Burton. No, it's not Chad Burton. Come here.
Certain welfare program. I'm not saying get rid of welfare altogether, but you know we need to do a couple things to change around. I'm sorry. I looked at him so.